Hi. So, as you can see, this is either very early in the morning or very late at night, and it is very late at night. And it's quite cold here in it. Well, it's quite cold here in Italy. I mean, it's probably not cold in comparison to most of the places around the world, but it's about 9 degrees, which, in my opinion, is quite cold. So yes, today this is a post-workout video because I was so late for my hoop lesson I didn't get the chance to record beforehand. Today I went hoop, which if you've never tried it, I seriously recommend it. It's a lot of fun and it builds muscle. And while I was there, I was talking to one of the other women who do the same lesson. And we were just speaking about how the class is quite mixed in age. It's a beginner, kind of early intermediate class, so the levels are also quite mixed. But we were just kind of half joking about how as the two older women in the class, things just take a little bit more time, you know. Today I had I don't know if this happens to you, but I had one of those days where things didn't really go to plan for my workout. I was quite sweaty, and actually using the high hoop I was quite nauseated. So it wasn't one of my most productive hoop lessons, but it was a lot of fun anyway. But yeah, and it took me a lot of tries to get some of the more basic moves that we were shown, and the same for my colleague and my classmate. You know, she's more advanced in the class than I am, but she too was struggling today, and we just sat in the dressing room afterwards and just commiserated, really, about that. So, you know, just as I have said a couple of times, if you are not slightly older, I don't want to say older, but you're not in your 20s and you're past your early 30s, things start changing, you know. And I had forgotten, even as a younger woman, the effect of working out regularly, you know. But of course, having worked out every day this week, I didn't have as much muscle strength as I might normally have, which was kind of weird to feel, but I did feel more flexible, so there's that. But yeah, just a reminder to those of you who are out there and doing, you know, re-entering or going slowly. Everything's a win. Every workout is a win, you know. And just because it doesn't feel like progress in that moment, I think just the fact that you went and you gave it a go is progress. And it's really super important not to be tempted, to try not to be tempted to compare yourself to other people in the class, whether they're older, younger, thinner, bigger, taller, shorter. It doesn't really, there is no comparison, is what I'm trying to say, I think. So I'm trying to be just, motivational, my fitness friends. Keep your chin up. And if you are, like me, a woman in your later 30s, we're not going to say the 40 word, but if you are like me, just remember that it doesn't take a super duper session every single time you do it. You know, just go out there and do something, and that's going to be awesome. And I don't know if you can, there's Winnie. For those of you who follow my blog, that is Winnie. So have a good evening, pole friends and fitness friends. And remember, go work out, it's good for you. Today I was feeling very jittery and nervous when I went into my workout, and just that physical exertion, the physical exercise, the challenge, just completely drained me of those nerves. So it might be difficult, it might seem difficult to do it, but in the end it's worth it, right? And if you're out there and you're listening and you are on your fitness journey, I'd love to hear from you. If you are a woman in the same age range or younger, older, I don't mind. But if you are somebody who'd like me, who's just getting back into it, and you're maybe not as young as you once were, I would love to hear from you. Yeah. And now I'm going to walk the dogs. So have a good evening.